Greetings and welcome back to AI War 2, where I think this is going to be the final prep episode before we are ready to trigger the Dark Zenith. I do need to take a couple of arcs, as I mentioned in the last episode. I think I am going to stick with the Thanatos and the Dorian Tortoise. They're probably the best choices. Now we have relocated down to this general area, and I want to hit this data center and this FRS next while I happen to be in there. Popped in here with some of my ships. And they have some fun things in here, but largely this Spire Cruiser at a nice relaxing 60-some strength. So I think we'll just sort of leave my flagship nearby, just right where it is. And then just send the rest of the ships in. And perhaps we will give you a piece of our mind. Goes down pretty quick, though. It's powerful, but we don't have to worry about that anymore. Data center is gone. Let's bring everybody in and clean up the mess. And, yeah, your mass driver, you can go away as well. I don't want to take the system. I just want to clear it out and do some hacking, along with getting the data center. We're gradually going up on metal, but we have a fair amount yet that we're going to need. Okay, so with this hack, now I could hit the Turbo Raider. I'm not so interested in the speed boost, but I'm a lot more interested in the Pulsar tank here. And there's 4 FRSs. We'll only be hitting 2 of them in the galaxy, at least for the time being. But this is going to double the hull strength, so this is going to be a good one for the best fleet ships that we can find. And let's get that done. 30 seconds. And there we go. So that worked out well. And I'll reorient my ships to take advantage of the FRS later. Of course, to fully do that, we need to get the arcs in tow. So let's see. You are nearby, but we're not needed. You go back up to Greenium. Wait for everybody to load in here. Okay. And let's bring you back up in here and let's grab our first arc. So AI progress currently 11 above the floor. We're going to want to stay in fairly close contact with that. Okay, not worried about that. It's time to take yet another system.
Everybody, get ready for some fireworks.
Lose the real war. Or have you not been told everything?
So we're going to hop over here. And get everybody set up. And at the moment, really my main concern is once this gets up, I'm going to also invest some more science. Because we do have quite a bit. Of course, the ever necessary force fields. But I want to upgrade our Retribution Golem. I also want to put one more into our alien tech here. That's all I'm going to do in here for a while. But we will be getting more alien ships eventually. And yeah, I wouldn't even benefit as much going up to the next one. So I think that's going to be the level that we want to stay at. Now, in terms of our wonderful Retribution Golem, I want to invest a few levels here. I definitely think I want to take this up to at least level 5. And then I also want to do 1 hack to increase durability.
Hackers report success.
Not a lot of hacking left. But now, 23 above the floor. And then I'm going to want to move on from here pretty quickly. Oh, hold on. We have a Dark Spire Locust spawning on Functionary. Well, maybe while I build up the turrets in here, I should go whack that real quick and then come back to what we're doing, because it's probably worth spending a few minutes to stop them from expanding. So as it turns out, this system was empty enough that I could just send my reserve fleet in. And it has 4 minutes yet, so this should be a simple, even for a relatively limited fleet, should be a simple job. And there we go. Okay. They're going to be fighting the AI back in the other corner. And there's our Thanatos. Right on schedule. Okay, we're going to move you back to Malignus. And you can await whatever happens next. Okay, so for now, we'll just stick the Thanatos in the same group here. We will bump it up a few levels. And I think we're going to stick each of these at level 5 as well. And then we'll see if we want to do anything more, but we'll at least go to that level. Now, my next bit on the agenda is to grab the Tortoid, but I'm actually don't want to do that yet. I just want to clear out this pathway. I don't think there's really any point in me worrying too much about this eye in here. I'm just going to throw everybody in, except for the support fleet. And we're just going to make a big mess of things and try to do this quickly. Okay. Take off pursuit. Start hitting guard posts. Give them lots of targets to shoot at. I think we have enough metal that we don't have to worry about it too much. Okay, what 3 are we going to leave up? Do they have any... They do have a stealth, which means we can leave 2 other ones up. I think we'll keep going over this way. And here comes the eye with all of its glorious and fun effects. Alright. Now let's see, there's one here. Let's knock out these 2 by the command station, then see what they have to say. And you? Okay. I think you're saying you only have 2 left and we can hit you now. Well, it says it has 3. So we have kind of a debate. Oh no, there's a 3rd one there. Okay. Come back this way. And get rid of it if you please. Yeah, that last little burst quite hurt us. But we still have most of our ships left. It didn't do too badly. And now here's the space turtle. We've seen the space whale before. This is the space turtle. But let's clear out the rest of the guard posts, if you please. Go back on pursuit, I think. Alright. Now you're coming to another AI planet. We just don't have time to worry about all your nonsense. You just go ahead and do that. Now the reason I came up here, we're going to take a hit from this alarm post. I don't want it to alarm everything that's in multi. So I'm going to send my support fleet in here. And then once again, everybody follow through into multi.
Taking up new station.
Oh, hello. Another Spire battleship. This one Mark 6 as well. 108 strength, you don't say. So they're definitely upgrading even their Spire toys. But we also have enough firepower at this point to just basically make them melt reasonably quickly. And this will be one more system that's going to go down. And yes, the exo waves hitting Malignus. And did I miss an AI progress boost? Nope, I just wasn't watching it super close. So we are almost 30 above now. And we're waiting for the Gladiator Guard post to actually return from multi-phase. There they go. And away they move. Now I can move in to Scoff and not have to worry. I'm going to move my support fleet back in here so it's adjacent. But I don't have to worry about... I mean, I'll still alert the guards up here, but that's one less system that we need to concern ourselves with.
Acknowledge.
And in we go. What are you? Oh, you're a Dire Shredder Guardian. Let's make you go away now. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good in here. And I swear half the galaxy has been taken over by the Vengeful AI. Maybe more than that. Because of... we're getting exo waves on our attacks, it seems like almost every system now. I'll still take that over the Jabberwock, though. One of our Retiariuses that has been damaged, but it's still holding on.
Sensors detect an exogalactic strike force heading for our home planet.
Yeah, almost up to 1,000 threat, etc. Then we're boosted this again. But, let's drop it back down, shall we? That's a much nicer number. Closer to where we'd like to be. And we're going to load up and get back. Let's move everybody into Afflicted.
I'll see you in stone. Taking up new position.
Okay. Now we're going to take this one out and crank up our AI progress even further.
You have destroyed 1 second's worth of production.
Yeah. So if we set this up, then our next goal is going to be to head across the galaxy, because there is that other major data center awaiting us. Now this is our next barrel of fun. Next major data center is in here, SH35 10.3, and of course this is this system right over here that we've talked about some before. Oh look, they have a Black Widow Golem of the Warden fleet, and this is a major part of the Warden pathway. At the moment, what I want to do is wait for them to decide to go somewhere else. Just long enough for us to get into the system. So we're just going to hang out here. Nearby, we are an Optator. And we're just going to sort of, sort of hide. And wait for them to finish what they're doing. Whatever that is. I prefer not to mess with the whole ball of them at once, if I have the alternative. What I've been able to tell, they do have a few hundred strength, At least. I mean, we're starting to throw golems around in your Warden fleet. You know that you've irritated somebody. Now, we're up at 300 AI progress, which is higher than I'd like to be, but we will be dropping that down soon. Okay, now we've got... They don't have much Warden in here anymore. I'm going to call it... Well, hold on just a moment. Yeah, let's defend against... We don't need to worry about this. Let's defend against that and come back. And then maybe things will be looking better for us at that point. So, going to load up here. We could send in our reserve fleet, but I don't know. I mean, I'm probably just going to send them both. They haven't sent a wave against us in a while. And I would just like to smack it around really quickly. So what do we have? Just over a minute till that shows up. We should be able to get here in plenty of time for that. Metal's in a good place where it's partway up, and we're really doing well now. We have enough metal generation that building up our turrets on some of these new systems is pretty trivial. So that's definitely been working well to my advantage as well, because I don't drain the metal every time I decide to take a planet anymore, like you do earlier in the game. Okay. So let's just move everybody into the middle here. And between these two mobile fleets, we're pushing 400 strength now. A great deal of ships at this point, so we can put together a pretty substantial fleet ball for these types of scenarios. You can see closing in on 1,800 ships. Alright. Let the reserves mop up. I think the rest of us are done here. Back where we were. We're waiting for that to happen. How's it going over this way? Yeah, there's still some pathing going on. And there's even some Praetorian in here. But I think we're going to be ready in a moment, I hope, to make the jump. We don't even take notice of the exo units anymore. That's just sort of background noise, if you will. Okay, unload. Oops. I'm one system away yet. Alright. Let's do this. For better or worse, we're coming. Dire concussion. Again, you know, dire concussion's basically irrelevant at this stage. It's only great masses of ships or the really big boys that we care about. Massive structure detected. Did we get some sort of journal? We got journals about one of the AIs being defeated a while ago, and about nomads, etc. Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to tell us about. That was just the officer in the outnumbered assault with the Dark Spire. I'm wondering if that was like a late discussion of the locus on functionary that we got rid of, possibly. And now there's a bunch of Warden in there that we don't care about. Any case, Warden being on the other side of the galaxy is great for me. We're going to continue this battle. Over 1,000 threat. Yay.
Exogalactic warp signatures. Trajectory is our home planet.
And yep, Praetorian. Okay. I like where we're at. Let's do this. We're not going to have a better chance. Of course, it's triggering an exo. Now, also, of course, we are going to throw up our station. I'm going to make it logistical in this case on top of this. Bring in our support.
Starting now.
Okay, we are down now to 279. We are at the floor. And we would actually be at 261 otherwise. So we are 18 under the floor. That's back where we want to be. It's not such a roses situation to not be able to drop the AI progress much below 300, but we will accept that. Now I want to take, while we're building up here, I want to take, we'll just grab the Tortoid. We may give it to somebody else later on. But you can go ahead and start on our hacking of the cruisers. Now that we have this in place. And the Void Piercer and the Trailblazer are both quite interesting. You got the implosion torpedoes on the Void Piercer. So it does extra damage the healthier the target is. Does extra damage against shields. Extra damage against high mass, etc. But the Trailblazer got the infinite range rail cannon, which is nice. It attacks ships that have just been recently showed up. And I really like this as another addition to the ambush style, because we have Mark 6. So I just can't pass up a Mark 6 cruiser. The Trailblazer we are going with. And then in the meantime, we will do the usual necessities. As soon as our shields are up.
Detecting exogalactic warp signatures. Trajectory is our home planet.
Translocators. Okay, hey, what do you know? Another CPA is coming. Let's see if we can get some business done before that hits. Now, our metal, a majority of it is up there. So we are still sitting... Yeah, the floor is still 7 or 8 points above what we would actually have. But, of course, we don't want to let this fester. And that means we're going to be shooting our AI progress up more to hit the Bastion worlds here. But I could also just let it build up and fester along with the Dark Spire. That's probably even worse. There's a Nomad here. I don't need to concern myself with that immediately. And then the other, connections here that we have are all the way up here, which we've already dealt with. And Kubla Khan, a Mark 6 world as well. So there are lots and lots of fun around here. And I expect to have some really big fights. But before that CPA hits, let's deal with this. Our first direct attack, if you will, on Bastion World. And we're just going to send everybody in. And try to clean this out as quickly as possible. Because the less fighting we do on here with the Dark Spire, the better. Now, Retribution, you go find something that's going to hit you hard. And you know what? Let's make Mr. Attractive Matrix go away. We're just going to brute force you. It's a Mark V, which is a very painful one. But we have enough heavy hitters in here to help out with that, I would think. Now it's starting to go down. There we go.
Trajectory is our home planet.
Not killing it would have had repercussions too, I assure you. So a vengeful Bastion world. I'm sure there won't be any significant exos arising from that. See, are you after us? You are. Not that it really matters. Yep, dire concussion guard post. More AI progress. Every dire that we knock down, and there's a couple more in here. But that's AI progress that was going to be coming our way regardless of what we did. This is going to be our first extragalactic war unit that we're going to be taking down. I'm sure it won't be the last. 307. 314. Says the floor is 300. So we're back above the floor. Oh, look. Yes. More of that. A couple more anomaly analyzers have gone down. That's the part that's not under my control. So it's starting to get a little bit scary. But really, our options for lowering the AI progress have been reduced to almost nothing. We can hit one more of those communication nodes without any immediate casualty. But that's about it. I think this is going to boost it again. Okay. See, this wave isn't against us. 6 minutes. We've got a good amount of metal. I think we're going to go and load up. Let's go ahead and get everybody else back in here. Because I want to go hit the other Mark VI system. I want to go hit Kubla Khan before this CPA hits. They're spawning a wave against Jawbreaker of a mere 500 strength. We might very well lose Jawbreaker in the CPA anyway. I'm going to... I could be wrong about this, but I'm going to try to finish our business here. And then if we have time, I'll send my main fleet over there before the CPA, but I don't know that I will have time for that. So everybody, let's go have a party in the opposite direction.
Headings adjusted.
Alright, we're in. And we have fun with Warden. Alright, let's be a little careful here and see what's going to happen. We're looking pretty good at the moment. It doesn't look like they've got some coming in and some leaving. And if they come in here hard, they could come in a hurry. Of course, the Thanatos adding to our zombification. Everything in the system gets attrition damage from the Tortoid, so they may... Yeah, it doesn't look like they want to mess with that. Okay. Well, that wasn't much of anything. Alright. Let's see. I've got the reserve fleet nearby home. And just in case, I'm going to throw the Retribution there as well. You are going to go back here. Let's throw the Tortoid. I'm going to put you over this way. I'm just basically splitting up all of those. And then the support fleet, you can come back here for now.
Absolutely.
In advance of the CPA. Battle stations as well. And some of you may get crippled on the way in, that's fine. I want you to take a decent path over to Jawbreaker. And let's just see if we can get there possibly in time. I do have the one outguard I can still send out. And I want to get more outguard. I want to get some more defenses. All of that. We have another Ask Us again to Duppy the Conqueror. Okay, fine. I don't care. Where did my... Okay, you're going through this. There's some fighting going on both ways. That's fine. You can go that direction. So let's see if we're actually going to get here in time. With 15 seconds. Obviously, we won't get there in time to oppose the initial attack. We got 4 minutes and change till the CPA. But I pretty much have all the toys I want except for one more FRS. And a few small things, distribution nodes, etc. So... you are heading along. And Jawbreaker, let's spawn that out guard over here. Maybe it'll slow him down a little. We'll make our... oh, hello! Yes, we have just a few friends there. The Hunter Fleet. And we've got a Dire Shredder, and we'd wait for you, but we have other business to attend to, you might say. Okay. Go, go, go. We should be able to potentially save this. There's not much left of our turrets, that's for sure. They've got the lovely, yeah, the Burlust, Evox, etc. that just fire through everything. Go. Go. Almost lost the system, but I don't think we're going to. And we have a couple of counterattacks building. Due to me pathing back through the wrong planets. But I really just wanted to get somewhere in a hurry. I don't think I even care that much. Okay, you decided to come in here. That was a mistake. Frankly, 150 in counterattacks compared to the numbers we're messing with is... yeah, it's a scratch on the paint. That's hilarious. There's going to be a lot of scrap left for you to clean up with a 9 strength wave. Uh-huh. Okay, so going forward, we have another CPA to contend with here, quite clearly. And then a few other items to clean up. That last FRS, I want to expand over here and take a look at some of the ODSS options to strengthen our planetary defenses. But I mean, we're not that far from the Mark III increase, about 60 or 70 AI progress, and we can't reduce it anymore. So I've got to be pretty, you know, close-minded, pretty careful about what additional AI progress I actually take on. So I think this system, the FRS, and the distribution nodes are all I can really afford to do. And after that, it'll be time for the Dark Zenith. So that'll be coming up next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. And AI War 2 will continue.